This is the lying down yoga sequence. Beginning by lying on your back in the corpse pose, arms to your side a few inches from the hips, palms facing up. Simply notice your body lying down, breathing. Noticing the belly moving with the breath. Taking a moment just to trace the rise and fall of the belly as you breathe in and out. In this yoga sequence, you will be doing some gentle movements to wake up the body and to wake up your awareness to the body. This practice strengthens the connection between the mind and body, allowing you to cultivate a sense of health and well-being. The primary objective in mindful yoga is to be fully present with what is happening in each moment. We're not so concerned about striking the perfect pose, though we do pay attention to aligning our bodies in comfortable and balanced positions. Instead, what is essential is paying attention to what is happening, bringing to mind the triangle of present moment experience, paying attention to sensations in your body, for example, feelings of stretch or feelings of compression, or noticing thoughts in your mind, perhaps noticing self-critical thoughts that arise as you practice, or a feeling of competency or achievement, and noticing emotions that may be present, surprise, or frustration, or sadness, or feelings of peace and ease. Knowing that whatever comes up for you is perfect and is ripe for your attention. As always, I encourage you to only do what you feel is appropriate for your body. Listen to the wisdom of your body and honor its limits. You can explore these limits, coming up to a place where you feel a good stretch, but not pushing your body into a position that you're not ready for. This is what I call working with the edge. If you don't approach the edge, you don't feel much stretch at all. So I invite you to move to a place where you can feel stretch happening, but listen when the body is ready to stop. Don't push yourself beyond the edge, even if my instructions lead you to go further into the pose. Trust yourself. This is an essential teaching of mindfulness yoga, learning to trust yourself and your own body's wisdom. You may wonder, how will I know if I'm going too far? Some indications that you may be going too far include a feeling of pain in the body. Now, as we stretch our muscles, experiencing a dull ache is expected. But any sharp or shooting pains are indications that you're going too far. Another indication is that if the breath becomes difficult, or if you find that you've stopped breathing. Yet another indication that you're pushing too far is that if your muscles begin to tremor. If you notice this, just ease back. Just breathe. Tremor is not an indication that anything's wrong. It's just an indication of fatigue, a natural reaction of your muscles to getting tired. And overall, if you feel any pose is not right for your body, for any reason, you can always rest in child's pose, relaxing the hips back onto the heels and releasing the torso over the thighs. We'll begin the sequence by drawing the knees up into the chest, giving them a hug. If you'd like to rock gently side to side, you may do so, giving the back a little massage against the floor. Releasing the left knee and bringing the left foot to standing, the knee pointing towards the ceiling. Interlace your fingers behind the right thigh, close to the knee pit, and extend the right heel up towards the ceiling, straightening the right leg. Breathing into the stretch of the hamstrings on the back of the right thigh. Keep reaching the heel up towards the ceiling and feeling into the places of stretch along the back of the leg. On your next inhalation, release the right foot down to the floor and take a couple of breaths with both feet standing. Next, hug the left knee up towards the chest. Then interlace the fingers behind the left thigh, close to the knee pit. Exhale and extend the left leg straight, reaching the left heel up towards the ceiling. Feeling into the stretch. Feeling the engagement of the left leg muscles. The heel reaches up. And on your next inhalation, releasing the left foot down to the ground. Breathing in and out. Noticing your body. Noticing your thoughts. Noticing your emotions. Next, cross the right ankle over the left knee. Reach around the left thigh again, interlacing the fingers in the back of the thigh near the knee pit. And gently draw the left leg towards the chest, finding the edge you want to work with in this hip stretch. Draw your attention back into the sensations. What are you experiencing now? From here, lift the head and look down towards your belly, feeling the engagement of the muscles in the belly to support the head being lifted. What's happened with your breath? And releasing the head back down to the floor, releasing hold of your left leg, letting the leg come down, uncross the right leg, bring the right foot back to standing on the ground. Take a moment to pause with both feet on the ground, bringing awareness into your body as a whole. Switching sides, cross the left ankle over the right knee. Reach around and interlace your fingers under the right thigh, close to the knee pit. And gently draw the right leg towards the chest, finding your edge on this side. You may notice right away that the two sides are different. This is expected. Start to scan through your body and find what your experience is on this side. Next, lifting up the head, looking down towards the belly. Continue to breathe in and out. Then releasing hold of the leg, relaxing both feet back onto the mat, knees pointing up towards the ceiling. Feeling the body back in a neutral position. From here, place the soles of the feet together and allow the knees to release away from one another. There's no need to press with your muscles to push the knees down towards the floor. Just let them hang at whatever orientation they feel like they want to hang naturally. Bring your hands down onto the hip crease or onto the inner thigh, where you may be feeling some sensations of stretch. Notice the experience of the contact of the palms on the muscles in the inner thigh or the front hip. Next, slowly move the arms in a large arc up towards the ceiling and then up overhead, moving slowly and mindfully, paying attention to the sensations in the shoulder as you move. Your arms may or may not come to the floor above the head. Find your edge. Keep noticing. And slowly retrace the arms through the arc back down to your sides. Taking a couple of breaths once your arms have landed. And then repeat, lifting the arms in an arc till the arms come overhead, slowly, feeling into the stretch. Ask yourself, what am I aware of? What body sensations? What thoughts? What emotions? Continue to breathe in and out, simply noting your experience. And releasing the arms back down to your sides, moving them in a big arc overhead, slowly down towards the sides of the body. Just like with other forms of meditation, you will notice that your mind wanders off from time to time. This is just what the mind does. As we practice, we simply notice when the mind has wandered away. Note to ourselves, thinking, and gently but firmly guide the attention back to what is happening here on your mat, feeling your breath, feeling the sensations that the yoga poses create. Doing this again and again, as many times as you need to. Reach the hands down to the outer thigh and help escort the knees back up towards the ceiling. Step the feet out a bit towards the sides of your mat and let your knees rest into one another, allowing the inner thigh to relax. Feel the inner thighs. Say, ah. In yoga, we pay attention to the body's relaxation response after a stretch. This helps us become familiar with relaxing our bodies. Sometimes tension arises in the muscles that stays with us, so that the muscles feel like they're always engaged. By paying attention to the ah response after a pose, helps us to train the muscles to release tension and for us to become familiar with what that feels like in our bodies. From here, I'll invite you to bring the body onto all fours in a tabletop position. If you would like, you can place a folded blanket under the knees to cushion them. We'll move into some gentle movements of the spine with the cat and cow postures. For cat, we arch the middle back up towards the ceiling like a Halloween cat and drop the head and tail down towards the floor. For cow, we reverse the arch by dropping the belly down towards the floor and lifting the head and tail up towards the ceiling. Coordinating our breath, exhaling into cat, arch the back up and drop the head and tail. Inhale into cow, drop the belly, reach the head and tail up. Continue with this pattern, exhaling into cat and inhaling into cow. You may notice the tendency of your body to pop quickly from one position to the next. See if you can invite a slow, smooth transition from cat to cow that rides on the breath. You begin the exhalation, and the body begins to move into the cat posture. You begin the inhalation, and the body begins to move into the cow posture. Exhaling smoothly into cat, and inhaling smoothly into cow. Inhale the spine back to a neutral position. Next, let the eyes look over the right shoulder towards the right hip, and allow the right hip to bend to the side to peer towards the nose, making a C curve with the spine. Continue to breathe here in this side stretch. Feel what's happening. And coming back to a neutral spine. And then try the same bend to the left, looking over your left shoulder, and allow the left hip to reach to the side to peer towards the nose. Perhaps noticing an excess of effort. Can you ease into this position without straining, without pushing past an edge? And when you're ready, coming back to a neutral spine. Press back into child's pose, releasing the hips down towards the heels. You can cross one forearm over the other and create a pillow for your forehead. Breathe in and out. You may notice that the belly presses gently into the thighs as you inhale. Or you may feel a gentle stretch and opening in the lower back as you breathe. Pressing back up to all fours, and step the right foot to the outside of the right hand, coming into a lunge position. Step the left knee back an inch or two, and then allow the torso to drop down towards the inside of the right thigh, walking the hands forward as much as you'd like to find the edge you want to work with here. Depending on the flexibility of your hips, you may find it easier to release your elbows to the mat. Or it may be better to remain standing on the hands. Feel into what is happening in your body as you stretch in this lunge. Drawing your mind back to your practice whenever it wanders away. Ask yourself, what am I aware of now? What sensations are present? What emotions are present? What thoughts? Perhaps noticing self-judgment or criticism arising as you encounter places in your body that don't stretch like you would like them to, or that don't feel comfortable. Noticing these thoughts, noting them as thinking, or criticizing, or judging. Keep tuning in to whatever is happening right here on your mat, right in this moment. If you've moved down onto your elbows, step back onto your hands, and then step the right foot back. Switching sides, step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Step the right knee back an inch or two. And again, walking the hands forward to find a stretch that's comfortable for you. Allowing the torso to drop down on the inside of the left thigh. Perhaps coming down onto the elbows or remaining on the hands. Whatever you're doing, feel in to what's happening in your body. Feel into the stretch. Notice where your body feels tight or rigid, where it feels more fluid and open. Continuing to breathe. If you've moved down onto your elbows, bring the hands back to standing and step the left foot back. Pressing back into child's pose one more time. Again, crossing forearm over forearm, creating a little pillow for your forehead in child's pose. And from here, bringing the body back to lying down on your mat, on your back. Feet standing, knees pointing up towards the ceiling. Noticing how you transition from one position to another. Watching the arising of autopilot. Can I notice each movement? What are the sensations I feel as I move? And from the lying on your back position, allow both knees to drop over to the left. No need to use your muscles here to press the knees down towards the floor. Just allow them to hang wherever they hang, allowing gravity and the structure that we've provided to do the work for you. Use your mental effort to draw your attention into the sensations you're experiencing. What am I aware of now? drawing your attention back. Feeling into your experience. Keep noticing. And when you're ready, drawing the knees back up to neutral, pointing up towards the ceiling. Noticing the body again, say ah. And then letting both knees release over to the right. Not pushing them down, just allowing gravity to pull them gently to a place they'd like to rest. Feeling into the spinal twist this position provides. And again, drawing the knees back up to neutral. And then extending both legs out long on the mat, setting up for the corpse pose. Allow the palms to face up towards the ceiling, a few inches away from the hips. Through the next few moments of silence, just allow the body to be at rest, but continue to notice your experience. If your mind wanders away, just note it and draw it back into your body lying and breathing here on your mat.